Now to the campaign trail. The Iowa caucus, 26 days away. The New Hampshire primary, well, that's 34 days away. Former Speaker of the House and 2012 GOP presidential candidate Newt Gingrich goes on the record. Nice to see you, Mr. Speaker.
Good to be here.
Okay, so who's going to win Iowa?
Probably either Cruz or Trump.
What does Cruz have to do to pass Trump? Because Trump's winning in the polls in Iowa.
Well, I think Cruz is doing the right things. He got on a bus. He's out there going small town to small town. And this is a real test between the modern politics of tweeting and calling into TV shows and the traditional politics of being out there meeting people in their local communities. And, Trump's a phenomenon. Whether he can get people to turn out, we don't know. There's a belief that Cruz probably has a better turnout mechanism. But it's pretty clear the race in Iowa right now is those two guys.
Why is Trump a phenomenon? What is it about him?
Well, I'm doing a column this week on The Art of the Deal, the book he wrote back in the 80s, because I've read it over Christmas and found it was very helpful. Trump is very big in every way. I mean, he's big financially, he's big in his ideas, he's big in his aggressiveness, he's physically big. And I think that communicates to a country, if you're a typical American, you recently have seen the Saudis and the Iranians going head-to-head, the world market falling for 3 straight days, the North Koreans setting off a hydrogen weapon. You now have reports of various immigrants in Germany who are raping and molesting women. I mean, all these things are going on around you. You think, the world is losing its mind. I want somebody really strong. And in comes Donald, and Trump looks really strong. He may not be totally what they believe in, but he looks strong enough to try it out. And I think there's almost like Andrew Jackson, a very substantial part of the American people saying, I'd rather take a risk on him than on the current system continuing to decay. All
right, fast forward. Let's assume that he wins the GOP nomination. It's now August. Does the GOP establishment get behind him 100%?
Yes.
Yes, you think so?
Yeah, because the alternative is Hillary and Bill Clinton.
And so you have no doubt in your mind that people won't just sort of stay home, the people that have been sort of...
I think people... When the race gets down to everything we're learning about Hillary Clinton, the degree to which she has used the State Department to take care of Bill, the amount of money that poured through with people doing business with her, the degree to which she has lied about virtually everything, the degree to which she had secrets on her emails, the degree to which she's lying about Benghazi. You take the total picture, you think to yourself, do you really want this in the White House? And I think, at least for our party and for our base, the answer is going to be overwhelmingly no. And the people are going to say, whoever the Republican nominee is, I am for them.
And so anyway, but of course, a lot of people in the Democratic Party don't believe any of that and think that all the things that you just listed are sort of just the Republican attack on Secretary Clinton.
I know. People have willful belief and fantasies, and that's one of them.
All right, New Hampshire. So New Hampshire, Donald Trump is doing pretty well there, but you got sort of the second tier. You've got people like Governor Chris Christie, Governor Kasich, both doing well there.
Well, this is one of the fascinating parts of this story. If you didn't have Trump and Cruz, I think you'd have a much more open story. What I can't figure out is how do you get past both Trump and Cruz? So what you have is the layer below, Rubio, Christie, Kasich, fighting each other to try to get to be number 3. Not to try to get to be number 2, to try to get to be number 3. And I think that's a very interesting phenomenon.
You know, the criticism of President Obama is that he was a first-term senator with no experience. Does Cruz get hit with that? Sure,
he gets hit with it some. Rubio gets hit with it some. And of course,
Rand Paul.
And Rand Paul. And then, of course, you had, Trump, who hasn't even been a senator. So we want to talk about, but this is a year where people are going, oh, I'm so glad you don't have any experience. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my life. I was talking to Rick Center a little while ago, and we had a long year together in the campaign in 2012, and I said, if I were running, I would not have a clue how to function in this environment, given what's going on.
I guess we could agree it's never dull. Not dull. Anyway, Mr. Speaker, thank you, sir.
Great to be with you.